Hello, Mr. Joy. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Great. Would you please hold on this while we talk? This is an important tool we use in our business. Mr. Joy, we have a thing called Silly Putty tickets. Remember Silly Putty? You can shape it, stretch it, and you can mold it. Mr. Joy, we can shape and mold our tickets to fit your specific needs and increase sales by 10%. Can I ask you a couple of quick questions?
Of course.
How many local salespeople do you have?
We have about 3.
And how many key accounts does each salesperson have?
They each have about 10 accounts.
And what is an important account to your salespeople?
I'd say about $10,000.
And how important is new business to your salespeople?
Very important.
Mr. Joy, do you have a strict plan generated to get new business in the upcoming months?
You know, Mr. Kent, it's kind of embarrassing, but we really don't. We're definitely open to ideas.
Mr. Joy, I've been in the same situation as you, and I have clients who are in a similar situation. It is always tough to get new salespeople to focus on business. It's just tough to get them to focus on new business. But by using our Silly Putty tickets, you can get them to focus on new business and you keep track of it. So the first step for you would be for each salesperson to identify and write to you who they think would be a potential prospect. That wouldn't be too difficult, would it, Mr. Joy?
No, I don't think it'd be too difficult at all.
Great. So based on my past experience and what clients have told me, the best way to build a great relationship is through constant communication, texting, emailing, phone calls, birthday cards, etc. Just any way you can contact them. So a lot of times what happens is that a salesperson will invite a prospect out to out of office activity like golf or even lunch. But most of my clients have told me that the problem when it comes to golf is that sometimes they're not too familiar with the rules or just not too familiar with the game itself. So it can be embarrassing to play to not. And Mr. Joy, when it comes to lunch, when was the last time you had a memorable chicken sandwich? But by using our Silly Putty tickets, you can build relationships with clients, get salespeople to focus on new business, and you can keep track of it. So here's how it works. A salesperson will call a prospect he or she has been working on for a while. He or she will say the following: "Hello, so-and-so. I got tickets to a Kangaroos game next week. I got the president's seats." Now, Mr. Joy, you might be thinking, why are we just giving away tickets? Let me reassure you, we are not giving away free tickets. This is just another opportunity to build relationships with clients through out-of-office activities like baseball. I mean, who doesn't love to watch a baseball game on a Saturday night? So, Mr. Joy, how effective do you think 2-3 hours at a Kangaroos game would be?
I think it could be very effective, more so than like chicken sandwich or golf, like you said.
Mr. Joy, you were right on. Other companies have benefited from going to Kangaroos game. Here's a recent example of a client who was really happy and his sales have increased by 25%. This is from Dan Matheson of XYZ Services. Now, Mr. Joy, what would be better than sales manager or even you going with a prospect to a game? So would you be willing to do that for the right account?
For the right account, definitely. I'd love to. I love the Kangaroos baseball.
Mr. Joy, would it be asking too much for your salespeople to spend just one evening a month with a key prospect?
No, I don't think that'd be too much of a problem at all.
So, Mr. Joy, our season is about 6 months long, roughly. So if each salesperson just brought one prospect, that would be 6 new prospects potentially per the season. So, Mr. Joy, if of those 6 I just mentioned, how many do you see ending up as potential customers?
I'd say probably about 3 of them.
So, Mr. Joy, we talked about developing a new business and these strategies, but you also want to keep in mind that you still want to do the same for your existing clients, because you don't want them to feel like they're not valued here. You want to make sure that you value their contribution, and you want them to feel part of the family. I mean, you don't want them to run off to your competitor, Cyclone Nation. So, would it be asking too much for your salespeople to spend just an evening with a key prospect and one evening with a current prospect?
No. I don't think that'd be too much to ask at all. I think they'd, rather enjoy that.
Great. So to give each salesperson one game a month to take out to a baseball game, you would need 3 games per month. Similarly, to take 3 existing clients out, you would need 3 games a month. So in total, you'll need 6 games per month. Does that make sense to you, Mr. Joy?
Yeah, I see how you arrived at that number.
All right. So, based on the information you have provided me, let's talk about ticket packages. Here's what I would recommend. I would recommend clubhouse seating. With clubhouse seating, you get the best view of the house. I mean the best view, discounted merchandise, and complimentary drinks on us. Does that sound good to you, Mr. Joy?
That sounds very good. I'm definitely interested in that. I think we can make a deal, Mr. Kent.
Yeah, I'm happy to hear that. And finally, do you want the seats in your name or the company's name?
We can go ahead and put them in the company's name.
Great, Mr. Joy. Well, I look forward to doing business with you.
Thank you.